before we laugh or reflect the way we would love to do. We want to begin by honoring someone who should have been seated right here on this couch with us. Mildred Kwasima was one of the minds behind what This Is Life would become.
There are people who live quietly, but their presence never really leaves.
Some of the conversations we're going to have on this show started with her.
This show exists because of friendship, because of belief, because of love that didn't stop when life became hard. We are carrying her with us, not in pain, but in gratitude.
Disclaimer that wasn't me.
Wakalai.
It wasn't. She wasn't the one. She wasn't the one.
Me.
None of us.
Have you met me before? Do we know each other?
Okay. All right, guys. And that is to introduce you to the topic of today. You know, a lot of people would literally say, I don't give a fuck.
Why on earth would you want to give a fuck? Because I don't really give a fuck about what you think right now. I'm just going to tell you that this is life. This is life where laughter means honesty.
And real conversations live. I mean, here we are not pretending to have it all figured out.
Yep.
So because we don't give a fuck, just pull your seat, take a coffee, and let's talk about what life keeps throwing at us.
Why don't we have coffee on the table?
This is life. This is life, and TY did not give us coffee.
We don't have coffee on the table.
Sad.
This is not fair. I was standing somewhere watching the people dance, and I was like, God, what the hell? But again, today we are trying to talk about boundaries that people set and
reassessing what their relationships were.
Where
Where those relationships are going to right now.
Absolutely.
Rearranging some kind of plugins. You know, I feel like in everybody's life, once you get into a new season, whether it's a new season because you just had your birthday, or it's a new season because it's a new year, there are some plugins and add-ons that must go. Some must be crushed, others downloaded, others initialized, some updated. I think generally, because we're talking last time about you being able to be accountable for your life every single day. Life's choices are not just about the projects you undertake, but also the people that you keep around you, your circle, and the access that you get to give people, regardless. People you meet on the street, those you work with, and even family, especially family.
Especially family. And how do they understand the changes that you make in your lives too? Because that's a big deal. Sometimes when we grow, we change. Some people see it positively, others see it negatively.
Believing me, with family is really difficult.
Yeah.
Most of the times they have that entitlement spirit, like you cannot live your life without us being a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, and that is why sometimes you tell people, please call before you come to my house, and it becomes a problem. Yes, like there's a place I was staying. I love my secluded kind of life, and my neighbors were like, you know, they take it like it's pride.
Yeah.
They don't know that sometimes you just want to be you want to be yourself and all of that. And it was a problem for a while. Not until when I started like, okay, you just come to a new place. You cannot just go, into people's lives, and then you start interacting little by little. But you still make them know there are times when I just need my space. I don't need people around. I think when you continue doing that, they would get to understand that, okay, if you don't see this person at this particular time, please don't knock the person's door. You know, if this person is not out and then you see the person and you ask if you can come, you don't just bash into somebody's door because it's your neighbor and you see every day. I think when you continuously do that, people begin to understand that, okay, if you don't see this person at this particular time, please don't knock the person's door.
I think, first of all, it's important to say that, and I say this lightly, I think most Cameroonians are very disrespectful.
Okay.
They are disrespectful, especially towards others. It's true that you have to love your neighbor as you love yourself, but you also must respect the other person in their choices. Respect the way they live their lives. I don't visit people. I don't go to people's houses, and it's okay for you not to come to mine. I feel like life is giving in the measure that you're given. That's okay too, but it's also not always accepting the measure that people want to give because of your own personal decisions. I like to be alone most times. I like environments that I can control, where I can control even the noise. I have headphones that I wear in my house most of the times because I have kids at home, and you can't always control how kids play. I also do not want to impress that on them. So what I do is, because my headphones are really noise cancelling, I wear it and I control what I hear. Other times I just want silence, so I put earplugs and I'm just alone. And I think so far my family has gotten to the point where they understand that there are mornings when I wake up and I don't want to talk to nobody. My son has understood that. Best bet, he comes into my room, gives me a kiss, and then I'm like, I just want to be alone for a minute. Okay. And then he leaves. We must be able to communicate to people what our boundaries are. Without being scared of how they're going to take it. But these people that are listening to these boundaries, they must learn to also respect people's boundaries.
That's true. When I stay away from home for a while, I am homesick. Family here to me, it's like the really close-knitted family. I'm not so much the person who would reach out a lot to extended family. I believe in Africa, right? We have a culture, and the culture is to receive. And because we've grown up, understood that we need to open up for people. If you do not open up, you're selfish. You're a bad person. So it's like your home is everybody's home. They can come in, do as they want, and go out. Okay, exactly what I'm trying to say, that it is a cultural thing, right? But it is wrong, because so many people have gotten deep into depression because of things like that. When you just need solitude to think. Sometimes people just get married and in-laws are flooding the house. When they need space to understand themselves. So this new year, we still stuck on the new year thing because it's still January anyway. So this new year, we're just saying that as much as those principles exist that we have, we should also look at them, evaluate them, how they affect us, our mental health. I would say mental health here very lightly, because recently I feel like a lot of Africans attribute everything to mental health. They've just, the Western cultural overdose thing, you get. And they're just like, oh, it's affecting my mental. I'm like, hey.
Some guy just enough for money time. For money time, I never chop. The chance are you say I'm depressed.
I'm depressed, you get. So, whoa. I say that very lightly, but there are levels to which those things can really affect you and break you down, and even break your home, cause divorce and so much more. Before, I think it was so difficult for parents to understand that, but I see a slow change with our parents today. They learn to give room to the children to bond with their families, and they call when coming. Because imagine you're going to your child's house, and at that time they are having issues. The couple is having issues and they need space.
Which is
You know what that can cause. Your presence there, it's going to add the fight in that house. Okay, maybe they don't want to open up to you, and that's okay for them to solve that problem alone. So, like two of you said, I believe people should just really know what works for them.
Yes.
Create the boundaries, communicate
Yes.
respectfully to others, and people should take this positively.
It's just that a lot of people, I think a lot of people are emotional.
Yeah.
They're emotional. They care a lot about what others think of them, how other people see them, what other people have to say about decisions that they make.
Yeah.
Like, don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this phone thing too has brought a lot of trouble, where somebody just calls you 11 in the night, 1 a.m. because they have your number, calling you on Messenger without introducing themselves and why they want to talk to you, which is not right.
Boundaries.
You cannot be calling me at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
when it's not an emergency.
Yeah.
You understand? So people have taken a lot of these things for granted. And it is you who wants your boundaries that has to set them and make, please, if it's after 10 p.m., don't call me.
Unless it's business and it's bringing real money.
Yeah.
I'll pick the call anytime.
All, yes,
If you're not talking money, I can't hear you. Your volume is low.
If it's money, call. I'll wake up.
Even at 3 a.m.
No problem.
When we're talking about these boundaries, it's not even
we get what
you
we
understand?
I'm just making this. I mean, the audience, they are watching, so I'm just saying. If it's money, call me.
There are certain calls that you know that if this person doesn't answer right now, there's going to be fire on the mountain.
Yeah.
So there's somebody that used to call me, took the liberty of calling me at whatever hour. And then one time I was like, do you mind stop calling me at certain hours? I didn't pick up the call. So I called the next day in the morning. I was like, don't call me at that hour. You know what the person told me? It's not like there's a man that will be angry.
Whoa.
That I'm calling you late. So it's also this thing where people don't think that as a single person, as someone who lives alone, you also should have or can have boundaries.
Wow, we need to talk about this.
That
is something. It's crazy.
I blocked the person off my phone.
Yeah.
I blocked.
That's disrespectful.
Even if Mount Cameroon is erupting, as long as it's not burning anybody's house, don't call me. Let it do its job.
I think I'm more, I don't know. I haven't really, to be honest. I don't think I've really set those boundaries for myself like that. When it comes to calls, right?
So some people, it works for them too.
Yes. Which is not okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you could, how do I put this? It could be something that is not important and you're going to drop a message. And at 2 a.m., I'm going to respond to that, right? I have not set the boundary, because to set the boundary is me not responding and you understand it, right? Me at that time. Right?
Exactly.
But because maybe I am up, or my phone would always maybe ring or something like that, and I feel like, okay, I can pick up. It doesn't mean, since I'm up. But recently I have been thinking about it, and I feel like my husband is always like, you walk throughout most of my serious business partners. They're overseas. The time difference.
Still.
So I know still, but God, if you have to, or if I have to pitch something that I'm looking for money, my dear, 2 a.m. I am pitching that script.
No, that's why we say.
No, I'm just asking you, what time are you available?
Yeah.
I am pitching.
Text me.
I am pitching.
Let's talk about this. See,
Yeah.
it's okay if I don't answer calls like really late at night because of my boundaries. But if you feel like there's something important that you want us to talk about, please normalize texting before just directly.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
Normalize texting.
Are you up?
Are you up?
Can
I'm
we
taking the
talk?
questions.
Conversation.
Yeah.
And then if I'm nice, because there are nights where I'm not nice.
Not nice.
If I'm nice, I can just ask you, please, what is it about?
Yeah.
Then you tell me, oh, I needed us to discuss this, and that. But you know, it's also the fact that people think that because they are trying to bring you something that has to do with money,
So
you have to be available anytime. Now that is different. People who use they're trying to give you an opportunity to manipulate you really don't come through.
They
From
don't.
my experience.
Yeah.
when I've always said the things that are going to come to you are going to be easy. You don't stress. That's my experience. I mean, with business and everything. The people that I have chased for years, pitching to them, and they keep saying, you see the blue tick. That's the most annoying part. You see the blue tick, and they've seen the message, and they don't respond. Do you know what energy it drains from you? You need these investors to be able to carry out your project, right?
I think that the problem with that is that people feel like when they're about to bring you a business opportunity or something where you get to make money, they enter into a God personality.
Yeah.
And that's where there is a problem.
Yeah.
If you're coming to help me with pride, it's okay, keep it. Those are boundaries that I must make it very
So they're
clear.
going to be like, you can't be broke and...
No problem.
No, I can be broke and proud.
I'm not broke. It's just not your money that
I'm just saying, even if I'm broke, I can be proud.
you get.
And when people
I
come
can be
with
proud.
that, they most of the times they try to make you compromise to what they want from it and not what you initially wanted to do as that project.
If you set those boundaries, like you said, suggested, if you set those boundaries and you know, look, I can call Vicky at 2 a.m. I can only call Vicky at 2 a.m. when I have to talk about money. And you need to state it before you call. So that by the time I read your message, I know exactly why you're calling.
Yes.
So that works. I'm just lucky because my circle is very narrow. I mean, I'm at a point where I have 2, 3, 4 friends around here, and the rest are business people that when I see a message, I don't need to ask if it is serious or not. I know we are talking business. They don't need to text me that I'm calling because of this, because they're all responsible people. So if they're calling you at that time, it is important.
When we come back, we're going to talk about how family sees these boundaries. How families consider, because sometimes you wake up to a change of attitude.
Not just boundaries, but change.
When you wake up to that change of attitude, and then they're going like, you have changed.
That's what we want to talk about now,
Yeah,
change. Because now you establish the boundaries, and then they look critical. But why is she establishing the boundaries?
They will be so.
Most times they don't even try to.
They could be so.
They don't even want to know why you've established.
No, they just know you've changed because before maybe those boundaries were not
there.
So now you've put them, so you have changed. And it can't be a good change for most people. It's like something is wrong.
We'll be right back.
Yes, we'll be right back.
Welcome back. This is live, and we've been talking on boundaries. But with boundaries comes changes where you're labeled, okay, you've changed, you've become a bad person or you've become a good person. I know a lot of times when I have been looked at as a bad person because I changed for my own good.
Okay.
I don't know if that has happened to you. I needed to grow in my journey, in my spiritual journey. Okay. And at that moment, most of the times we don't hear when we are in the noise. And I needed to go to that. I needed to go solo for me to be able to understand my journey better. And at that moment, I became a bad person because most of the times when they want to come around, I am like, no, I don't need people right now. I just need to work on something. And I remember a friend telling me, like, Geraldine, you've really changed. I don't know, the bad person you don't become. I need to understand you. Though you don't make it, they say your money don't come now, you don't sign up for the shift.
Next time when person talk for you, so answer, you say, I don't give up.
I don't give up.
I don't give up. I used to give it then. I don't give it now. I don't give up.
Okay.
So Vicky, I don't know your experience with that.
Me? Bad person pro max.
Okay. So you're a bad person pro max.
I did so. But see, it got to a point where I had to enter into a season that I called the okay season. People will not always understand the decisions that you take.
Yeah.
But this is what I tell people. As long as these decisions that you take is not hurting
anybody,
as long as it is helping you grow, you become a better version of yourself, by all means, take it. Because you cannot, they say in French that une belle femme ne peut donner que ce qu'elle a. You can't give what you don't have.
Sure.
If you don't have peace, you can't give peace.
No.
If you are not able to build capacity inside of you, you will never be able to raise anybody up. So sometimes these decisions that we take about our lives are not always understood. But then you cannot explain yourself to everybody.
Yeah.
Every time.
You cannot do that. So if somebody does not understand, it's okay. You don't change. Yeah, true.
It really bad.
You don't, because you're protecting something.
Your space.
You're protecting your space. You're growing. You're transitioning. You are transmutating into something better, something bigger, someone that people can lean on. You cannot build. Like you just said now, there's no way that you will hear in the noise. You need to put the rocks, start building on the blocks. Because the more you, even if na farm, if you plant corn for play fowl a day, you know what ever grow. Because then so they cascatara. And so human being they behave like fowl.
They behave like fowl.
Fowl. I'm telling you. So to me, get to a point when people, I usually feel that if I take certain decisions that are for my good and for the future good of people, and somebody tells me you've changed, I just do like,
because you know it's working.
You know?
Yeah.
Until you get to that point.
Yeah.
Didn't they say that change is the only constant thing?
Yeah.
So as long as you're changing and you know that you're changing positively, it doesn't matter how anybody feels about it. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks about it. Really.
Delete.
I think you girls have said everything. What else? Honestly, because change is constant.
It is.
Like they say.
It is.
And you can't be getting older without changing. Sure. You're not the same person you were even a minute ago.
Nope.
You're not the same person. So because of that, you're bound to change.
Yeah.
The things that you valued 10 years ago are not the things you value now. The things you would have invested your mind in 10 years ago are not the same things now. You grow, you have new priorities. That's just it.
Yeah.
Because you have new priorities, you must change. Now, these people who complain that you have changed don't have the same priority like you.
Neither do they have the same perspective.
They don't have the same perspective. So they're bound to judge you for who you were before, not who you are now.
Yeah.
There's something I used to do when I was in a university. I would go home every holiday, and it was always a time where my mom evaluated if I changed. Now, this change is a mother looking out for the daughter, right? It's not what we're talking about. Like someone will say, oh, now you used to do this. No, it's a mom looking out like, oh, are you now disrespectful?
Yeah.
Are you now arrogant? Are you now
Out of order.
Yes. So all those things that a mother will look out for, you would go home and she would evaluate that. She's not telling you she's evaluating.
Yeah.
But if you hear her tell you someday that you have changed, my friend.
She's been watching.
No, my friend, adjust. Don't sit there saying, oh, growth comes with change. No, it's not that kind. You get my point?
Yeah.
It is who is telling you that you have changed that also matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't take it passively. You would be building all these things for yourself, the space for yourself and all these things for yourself. But sometimes when someone tells you you've changed, it's out of love for you.
It's the who.
It's the who.
It's the who. And the
Yeah.
how.
And how.
Yeah.
Because it could be out of concern. Right.
There are times when, okay, you can decide to stop supporting the family. Because at this point, the only thing I can do for you, I can give you 20,000 here.
Absolutely.
I can give you 10,000
Yeah.
here. I decide to stop that. I stop that because I don't see it as being sustainable.
Good.
And now I want to take some time to build my own financial capacity so that tomorrow when I come to give you, what I'm asking you is, what do you want to do?
Absolutely.
And then I can power what you want to do.
Yeah.
But now this brings us to you.
Yeah.
Now you say yes, less. You say no,
More.
And that is where now
The
there's a
problem is,
Yes.
especially to
That
people who
no.
are entitled.
That no, so my mom has a problem with the spiritual life I chose.
Okay.
Not like she's against me going close to God. She just doesn't understand why I have to leave from one place to look for God in another place.
Yeah.
But what she doesn't understand is that at this point, it's about me. It's not about you. I don't have to continue your Christian legacy. I have to build my own spiritual life. You may have given birth to me, but I recognize that in the spirit I am an individual. And now I start having a longing to discover who truly I am.
Yes.
And if you are in a place that cannot help you to discover that, you move and then you go to another place, seeking for what you are looking for. You understand? And then it may not always resonate, but the problem now is that they are not judging you based on what you are doing. They are judging you based on what they know
About that.
And that's where there is a problem. The whole aspect of boundaries, I think we must start from the ground up.
Yeah.
It means that we must train even our children to understand that mommy has boundaries.
Yeah.
That daddy has boundaries. Like my son, for example, he comes to me and goes, I want to ask you something, but I know that you say no. Because you already know that I have boundaries on these things. And that is the same thing that we hope that people on the outside will also know. If I say don't call me at midnight, don't call me.
Yeah.
If I say don't have certain kind of conversations with me,
Don't have them.
If I say don't
do it.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Respect me enough to just respect what I like.
Yeah.
And one thing is for sure, it's never going to be for anybody's bad. So if it's my boundary, respect it. My career choice,
Respect
is
it.
my boundary.
Yeah.
My decisions, my spiritual decisions, anything about me and my boundaries, respect.
I know. It's easier said
And
than
I'm
really
first
done.
speaking. I'm speaking. Don't be
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, we should communicate. Especially, I love what you said about teaching boundaries to our kids, right? You know the world we live in today, and what putting those boundaries in place can do. It's a matter of life and death. So if you look at it like that, when you have children, it saves a lot.
I also think that this
We need
boundary
the
thing,
boundaries.
let's not ignore the fact that sometimes people take decisions to be alone.
Yeah.
They talk say, you go marry her own when.
Vicky wants to start talking about something else that can take us the next 40 minutes. Do you know what those boundaries do? We'll be right back, guys. Vicky?
Yes. Speaking of boundaries, there are different levels to boundaries. There could be social boundaries, there could be spiritual boundaries. But people need to also understand that there are boundaries even on love and relationships.
Yeah.
Everyone is not tailored to do things in the same way. Some people are not stereotypical. Not because my neighbor is doing this one, me too, I will do it. Some of us may have taken the decision that we don't want to marry. I feel like it is rude for you.
Wait, Vicky, are you telling me you don't want to get married? I know. I know you're saying some of us. Yeah, this is me invading your privacy.
The line of my boundaries.
We are talking about boundaries, and I'm crossing it right now. I am crossing your boundaries right now.
I feel like it's rude for you to always ask somebody, I say, you not go marry, you not go marry.
Absolutely.
If you do that thing for me, I'll say you no die. No vex.
Oh my God.
No vex. What? Because dinner is the order for order.
All right, wait.
Egusi for egusi.
Cocky for cocky.
Cocky for cocky.
I don't like it. My mom disturb me for talking.
Where if I put them?
I don't understand.
But you know, it's a lot of this goes most especially to women.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't ask men all the time.
No, they ask men. No.
No, now when you don't reach that kind,
Which kind?
40,
Which kind?
late 40s, 50, why you never marry? They don't see like say, pardon the Vic. But for ladies, even people in their 30s, they start asking them, they're putting pressure. Then 40 now, oh, we're there for trouble.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. People ask the dumbest questions. Why would you be asking someone when they're getting married? Are you trying to pay the bride price?
I didn't understand.
Are you trying to organize the wedding, pay for
Let
it?
me say no, because you're disrespectful.
You are disrespectful. And not everybody, like you said, not everybody wants to get married.
Yeah.
And that's totally okay. Are they complaining? Are they calling you a night that they need company? If they're not doing any of that, it's none of your business.
And then when you get married, they start asking, You can't born
You born when?
Even when you have one, they're like, when is the second coming?
I really wonder. Sir.
Even you have two, they're like, she says 5 years on pass.
I think at the end of the day, what we're just saying is that respect people.
Yeah, respect people.
If I don't bring a conversation to you, don't have it with me.
Yeah.
Especially when it has to do with me.
Yeah.
If I have not come to complain to you that I'm lonely, like Delphine said, don't bring up a conversation about marriage to me, except you want to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
I think if we know that in our minds, don't start a conversation with someone. I mean, it's okay to care. It's okay to care. But I feel like if you don't want to be offensive to the person, throw it like a general conversation.
Yeah.
Ask, what's your view on marriage?
Absolutely.
Now
that's a better approach.
That's
a better approach.
I'm saying you're not
married. Yeah. There's a way that you can,
especially because Dali, you don't know the struggles.
You can phrase it.
You
don't know.
Some of us may have taken this decision because of the pain that we've been through. And we don't think we have the capacity to go through that anymore. So we choose, you know what, Majo, my business. Majo be on my own, you know, leave me alone.
Get my peace.
You get. Some people, it's because they've never succeeded in having a proper relationship.
Yeah.
And it always ends with them either sliding into depression, they serve you some kind of very hot English breakfast. You know, you've been through this, you've been through that, and then you take decisions that help you.
Yeah.
So that's at the end of the day, it's about the person.
Yeah.
It's about the decisions they make. It's about reasons why they are doing the things they're doing. If you don't know the reason, and because I've not told you, don't ask.
Or, ask in a conversational way.
Bring a conversation.
On the topic. Yes, because have you seen these pictures online where you have like a group of girls coming out from something like a tunnel, mud all over their body, and like us coming out from relationships we want, not
your white was stained.
Your white was stained.
My white was stained.
You know, it's the same thing. You don't know what people have gone through. And love is something that, when you hear that people commit suicide because of love, it's just to explain to you how it could hurt someone to be betrayed. So to play with something like that and ask the dumbest questions, I don't think it makes any sense.
Now, so the other day, some brother come off for, I just showed them in my house. Everybody's tagging me on Facebook. I don't know why. One brother.
I saw that. I
was talking about me on social media. So, I've never brought that conversation out.
I know.
Yeah. So because I've never brought that conversation out, and then it may be a reason why I was like, you know what, this thing, it makes no sense. Because I feel like I keep pouring into cups and people keep throwing on the ground when it comes to me. I'm tired of pouring out. So I need a break. So you don't know that. And if he didn't bring this conversation up for people to understand exactly what had happened, then you would be looking at me with some kind of eye. I saw some people commenting, so Vicky went through this, so Vicky did not even say anything about it. I don't owe you an explanation.
I know.
Respect the boundaries I set for myself. I've had a relationship where it was all over social media. When we broke up, I didn't have to come and explain to people. And you don't have to come and ask me.
Yeah.
Maybe say, you don't end in premium tears. Now my tears, no be your tears.
Yeah, premium.
Now my premium. You understand? No be your premium.
And now your tears.
Now my tears. I just feel like people are fighting battles that you have no idea.
Yeah.
I was telling I have a few girls that are my daughters that they just love to be around me. And none of them know that in the last part of 2023 and the beginning of 2024, I was dying. I was depressed. But I'm that kind of person who would always...
I think I remember that time. We had a conversation.
Yes. I will be wounded and still believe.
Yeah, we had a conversation.
I will go out, smile, dress up nice. I come back to my room when I'm alone, I cry. And then I was telling it to my daughters, now that I've survived it, and they're like, we could never know. I said, yeah. Because you only know what
you decide to tell them.
If you choose to be on your own and decide what my life is, that's your problem. But those things again to boundaries. Yeah. And I feel like most of the decisions that we choose to take, sometimes we take them because of experiences.
Yeah.
There are things that may have happened to you in 2025. In retrospect, you know that if you had taken certain decisions, these things would not have happened.
Yeah, that's true.
So for you to be able to make sure that they don't happen again, make sure that you build some of these fences. I posted on my status the other day, and let me give this in Mondo vision to everybody.
Right.
If I was mean and rude to you in 2025, please work on yourself.
Oh.
So that I don't have to do it again in 2026.
Vicky is not going to be playing around.
Vicky is not nice.
Vicky is not nice.
I'm
Please
not.
keep people's boundaries, respect their boundaries. Very, very important.
We've been saying it's just okay sometimes to set these boundaries. It's okay to change as long as this change is good for you and you are not doing anybody harm, right? I know we said so many things here. If you connect to any of them, that's because you share what we share. But any you do not connect with, in fact, my talk say, the one way correct for you, no, take her. The one way not correct for you, just drop and so was on site.
Because here, there are no filters.
And no perfect answers.
Just honest conversations, because
This is life.